let's get the seasonings going. Let me get my seasoning. And for seasonings, I'm putting this seasoning powder, or like I call it, chicken bouillon. In Africa, we call it Maggi. Hi guys. Today I'm going to be making what I call rice. It's a semi jollof, but it's not really jollof. It's just mix it all up together. So that's what I'm cooking today, and I'm making it with jasmine rice. I've never made it with jasmine rice before. I've always made it with parboiled rice, but since I don't have parboiled, I just have to use jasmine. And I am washing the rice with hot water before I cook it. Are you one of those people who washes your rice before cooking? Or you don't believe in washing? Let me put you guys up here. You don't believe in washing your rice, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna wash the rice, and yeah, we'll make it. Rice has been washed, goes in a pot. A lovely pot. I'm just gonna put some water in it too. Wait, I'm not going to put this water. The water I'm going to use in this rice is the water that I made my goat meat with. Guys, how do you cook your goat meat? Goat, right? I boil some goat meat. People have different ways of making goat meat, because goat meat it's really, really tough. Some people like pre-fry it first before they make it. That's their own way of cooking it, but I'm making it this way, and I get to still use the broth. We call it juice in Africa. To spice up my rice, to give my rice some flavor. Right? In Africa we call it juice. Everything's just special in Africa because we're specially made, right? Just follow me along as I cook this meal. Okay guys, so now I have some tomatoes that I sliced up here, right? This is half of a tomato, half of an onion, another half. I'm going to put this once in here because I need to get my stuff in my rice. And then I'm going to use more of this nice juice, like you call it, or broth. Right? So we're going to blend it. It's my lovely blender. We're not going to blend it, we're going to crush it. This one doesn't have a crush. It has mix, blend, chop. So that's exactly the texture I was going for. I wanted it to chop it up, and it did. So now it's time to put it in my rice. Come with me. Right. This is my... We're going to add the mixture in there. If I had some fresh fish, I would have added it to the mixture, but I don't have fresh fish. Since I don't have fresh fish, I make the best of what I got, right? Fresh fish would have given it some added flavor, but since there's no fresh fish, we're using the broth from the goat meat to flavor this up. Now that's everything I want to have in my rice. I'm going to add some oil to it. Very gentle. And this is the pot I'm going to use to make my goat meat that has already been parboiled. I've added some oil. It's time to season up my rice, okay? Let's get the seasonings going. Let me get my seasoning. And for seasonings, I'm putting this seasoning powder, or like I call it, chicken bouillon. In Africa, we call it Maggi. Okay. And I'm going to add some salt to it too. I'm only doing this way because that salt container is messed up. You don't really measure. I don't know if it's an African thing or if it's just a black thing. We don't measure. I don't know if measuring is like a crime to us, but we just don't measure. You know. I also saw that Jamaicans don't measure. You just go with the flow. You just gotta go with the flow. Okay? Whatever works, works. Alright, so we got that cooking. Alright. Now I'm going to put some garlic powder. Add some garlic powder to it. And on the other side, my oil for my goat is ready. I'm going to put my mixture, some blended tomatoes, onions, and celery in there to cook. Okay. In addition to the garlic powder, I'm going to add some Caribbean curry to the rice, just for some added flavor. Just that. Okay. Since the water is almost drying up in my rice, let's get this pot in the Now we're going to cover this up and let it cook. Guys, before I cover it up, I'm going to add some Spice City. It's meant for fried rice. Looks greenish, but it's African magic. Made in China. Woohoo! I'll add a little bit of water there. Okay? Just because. Okay? It just gives it some more flavor. I am opting not to put any vegetables in this rice because I just, I want to make it like this. So I'm not adding no vegetables in this rice, no carrots, no corn or anything like that. I was going to, and I'm saying no, I don't want to. Who knows, maybe at the end of the day I'll end up adding some vegetables in it, but as of right now, my mind is saying no vegetables, so we're gonna go with what my mind is saying, no vegetables. We have it on low cook, so it's cooking. Might need to add a little more water. Okay, so that's it right there, and I'm gonna cover it with my pot that doesn't have a handle, but it cooks magic. Okay, and this is my deliciousness right there. Okay, now we are back to take a look at our onions, tomatoes, and celery cooking, and that's what it looks like. Okay, guys, in addition to that, I'm also going to add this, right? It has fish on it, but what it is onions, ginger, garlic, tomato, celery. Look at that. a whole bunch of stuff and some traditional spices. I got it from Africa. You can probably get it at your local African store, right? That's what that is. And all this is to help give my pot is wiggling because I'm doing this alone. No one to help me hold the phone, right? Tomatoes is still doing its thing. While tomato is doing its thing, we're going to check on the rice. See what it looks like there. You want to be careful stirring so it doesn't get all mushy, because you know, as jasmine rice is, jasmine rice just needs extra love. You can't just go stirring any type of way, guys, right? I think I'm going to need to put a little bit more water in there because the rice is still a little tough. But it's almost there. It's almost there. Let me taste it. Alright guys, so now I'm going to cut up my goat's meat. So tell me, are you one of those people? How do you make your goat meat? Do you parboil it? Do you boil it fully so it's nice and tender? Or, you know, do you do it the way I'm doing it? And there's bone in there, so I'm just going to leave that like that. But when I get Kevin a plate, I'll make sure he gets a plate with no bone. I'm going to suck that bone later on. If you know, you know. When your mother was cutting meat as a child, right? And they would give you the bone to suck on it, or to get the meat out of places where you can't reach it, right? Like, yeah, you can have it. So I'm going to suck this later on. For hygiene purposes, I'm not gonna cook and cut some and put in my mouth. Just save it there on the side, and then later on behind the scenes when you guys aren't watching, I'll suck on my bone peacefully before online in-laws come attacking me. Ay ay ay. Some African household would even put that bone in food just because, you know, just because it gives it flavor, right? I mean, it does. It does. So Auntie's holding Theo for me as I try to cook this food. So that bone's just gonna go there because I can't separate that. This is my own way of making this meat. My tomatoes, all that stuff is done. I can't wait to suck on that bone. Yeah, baby. I can't get this one out, so I'm just gonna sit it there like that. But my husband's going to get the piece with there's a lot of bone in you, because we bought a live goat, and you know, it's just what you get when you buy full animal. It comes with its pros and its cons, and one of the disadvantages is that it has lots of bones in it, and this is what I'm dealing with right now. So yeah, the ones that have meat, I'm going to try to reduce its size, so at least it can go around. So yeah, that's how I make my goat meat. Stir fry. I'm almost done. Please. Auntie's holding Theo while I try to cook. Alright, let's look at, see, when you have a pot like this as an African mom, you know, if you're African, you know, you're like, you do this, right? Open it up. and then you gotta gently do that. I can smell the deliciousness of the jasmine. Guys, jasmine rice is just the best when it comes to making rice. However, you gotta be careful how you make it. If you go stirring like you're about to make some mashed potatoes or soup, it's just gonna get all mushy. Right, all mushy. I think this turned out pretty well. Came out pretty nice. Look at this. Look at the rice. Look at the rice. It's nice and done. Just gonna let the water dry. And it's on low right now. I'm gonna taste it. Yes, I use my hands because I'm cooking for my family. Okay. Okay, now it's time for me to fry my goat meat. So we get that watery taste out of it after boiling it. I'm going to put some curry, some Caribbean curry in there. Okay, I'm not going to put any pepper because this household, some garlic powder. They don't care for pepper, and some seasoning salt. I'm not going to put any Maggi because when I was boiling or seasoning powder, I added some when I was doing it, and I'm also not going to put any salt. And then I'm just gonna drop my goat meat in there. Also going to drop my goat meat in there. And yeah, you can't see what I'm doing, but I just picked up a little piece behind the scenes when I ate it. I chopped it. I'm done. So my fellow people, I had to put you guys down while I stir because it's just so hard to stir while you also have the phone. So this is the finished product. I'm gonna take a little piece right here and taste it. My seasoning has nicely marinated in there. And the way we're gonna eat this is you get rice and you get meat on the side. Right? Right here. This is my goat meat. How do you think it turned out? Hold on. Let me taste this before I ask you guys what you think. I didn't put any pepper because my family doesn't care for pepper. Anyone who wants it, they can add it by themselves. But this is it right there. And that's how I make my goat meat. Look at it. Stir-fried beef. Delicious, right? Delicious. Look at it. Delicious stir-fried beef. And yes, I will use the same spoon as I do my little African trick to open up the pot. Okay. And I'm going to see. My rice is done. Addie! I'm going to turn it off. Rice is done. You can see it. You can feel it. Can you feel the aroma? Right? Type of rice, the vegetables have been put inside of it. No pepper. If you want pepper, you have to add it yourself, right? Look at it. What do you think of my rice? Whoo! I can feel it yearly down the rainbow. Look at it, guys. Delicious, delicious. Delicious. Look at it. Guys, the rice feels yummy. Look at it. My rice and my goat meat. It tastes yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Guys, did you really think I was going to end this live stream without showing you guys without giving you guys a little behind the scenes of my upbringing as an African child who was born in Africa. Spent a young age in Africa. That's what you call it, right? And the U.S. took over from there. And I think America did an awesome job, right? African did an awesome job, and America came in and also did an awesome job together. They did amazing, okay? So, did you really think for a second that I would finish cooking this delicious rice and goat meat? Sorry I didn't do this video on live stream. My internet has been acting up lately, right? During the day, I don't know why. Oh, I know why. It's raining outside. That's why it's been acting up, because it's raining outside, right? And I'm trying to clean, so we have paper plates. So the kids will use paper plates, right? They're going to use paper plates for dinner to help keep the dirt down, the dirty dishes down, right? So you're using paper plates, which is amazing. I'm crazy, I know. But no, what I was trying to say is that, did you really think I would finish cooking and not show you guys how to suck the bone, the meat of the bone? I really do it behind the scenes. This won't be unfiltered if I would do that. I mean, what do I really care what all my in-laws got to say? Throw the bone away, Winnie. Okay. I do listen to constructive feedback and criticism. Oh, God. But dinner was amazing. Dinner is amazing. Really amazing, guys. Amazing. You know one best thing about sucking bone? This. Yeah, I know. It's not good for you. It's fat. You shouldn't be eating that. You shouldn't be eating that, Winnie. But I am. It's delicious. This is the best part of my childhood. My grandmother giving me bones to suck as a kid. It's amazing. God bless you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Look at that meat. An African mother will not leave that much meat on it though. They'll use a knife and they'll go in between and they'll get most of it out. Look at me, I got a mouthful of meat. They'll get the best part of it out. You're not going to get that much. Anyway, God bless you for watching. Thank you for your support. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.